So today we'll be installing the Yamaha Heated Hand Grips on this 2021 Kodiak 700. You can see here, this is the part number, and it fits the Kodiak and Grizzly models. You can see they're listed there. This is pretty much a plug-and-play deal. It's an electrical connector right up under the front of the machine, and they give you this wiring harness here to kind of splice into that. But when I say splice, there's actually no splicing to be done. It's just, connectors that snap into place, bridging the gap between the connector that's already there and then going to the grips. And you can see the grips there, they have the wires and all, and these are clamp-on style. There's no glue required. It comes with pretty decent instructions. You can see the original grips here. Now these are glued on and will have to be cut off. In my experience, it's best to use like a utility knife and cut along the seam here and get a cut in it, and then you can actually start peeling it away and work it off like that. I think is about the best way to do it. But we're going to show all that as we install it. And I believe this here is the connector that we're going to be splicing into. But we're getting ready to dive into it, so stay tuned. So at this point, we're cleaning the bar with rubbing alcohol. That's one of the things it says to do in the instructions for the heated grips. Basically just cleaning it up, helping get any of the old glue off, which is not a lot on there, but So they also give you the switch there, zip ties, and an Allen wrench. An Allen wrench is used for tightening the clamp on the grips, which is what holds them tight on the bar. So we're getting ready to install the grips on there. It's got to be loosened up some. Make sure they're slid all the way on. Once you get them bottomed out, then you get your wire position to the front there, and you tighten your set screw down on that clamp. And I think you can kind of see it on the threads there. Yamaha already put some blue Loctite on that set screw at the very tip of those threads, so that if this screw were to loosen up, it wouldn't completely back out of the clamp, which is nice. So we repeated the same process on the other side here with the left-hand grip. Now, they want you to mount the switch right here by the gear shifter, and you know, that's fine and all if that's what you want to do. I'm actually going to choose to mount it right up here. I like that. That's just my personal preference, but the instructions tell you to mount it down by the gear shifter. So, but anyway, I'm gonna mount it up on top of the light pod there. So this is where the harness they give you plugs into the existing harness. Kind of see it down in there. And it's just a matter of dressing the wires with the pre-made connectors on it up to the pre-made connectors for the grip wires. And try to get it behind this headlight here inside this little pod. You can kind of see in there where we're at it with it right now.
Okay.
So basically we've measured left to right and front to back to find the center of this light pod where we want to put the switch at. And we marked it with the marker there. We're gonna take the drill, and this plastic is very thin, so you know it's not gonna take much once the drill starts going through it. And it's not much support under it, so you don't want to put too much pressure down. Start slow, get a pilot hole going. It may be the kind of thing where I have to hold and put some support under this so that you see we're getting our outer line there. It's starting to bore. So I'm going to try and stay true to that. We used a 3/4 inch drill bit, and I did that because you know I wanted the hole to be close to what it's supposed to be, but it's actually not exact. You can tell the switch does not want to fit in there, you know, easily without forcing it. So I'm gonna take the Dremel here, and I've got my little grinding wheel bit on the end of it, and I'm gonna, you know, deburr the inside of this hole and slightly enlarging it so that it can, the switch will, you know, pop into place. But the key to this is, you know, you don't want to take too much off at a time. So, you know, you do a little bit of grinding and then stop, you know, and test the switch to see the fitment of it, because you don't want it loose in there. But the whole idea is just to try to get it to fit better. All right, so we're gonna try, made a few passes around with the Dremel. I believe we're right where we need to be. I'll try it anyway. And There it is, it's installed. Okay. So you can see there in figure number 5, they're showing you what color connectors go with which, matching up to the switch. And here on the wiring harness, it's going to be hard to see up in there. That's why I tried to show you the diagram on the paper there that tells you what color wires match up with which. Basically right now we're connecting to the bottom of the switch inside the light pod there. Like I said earlier in the video, this is where we decided that we wanted to mount the switch, and it's not where they tell you to mount it in the instructions, but you know, just personal preference. Yeah. So at this point, we have connected the wires to the switch. We haven't dressed any of the wiring yet. We're going to test it out and make sure everything works. You know, cut the ignition on and make sure the grips heat up and everything before we dress the wiring. So we're doing that next. So the grips are heating up nicely. They're on high, I mean. So everything seems to be working out. Let's try them on low. Can't even hold our bare hands on them on high.